Ladies and gentlemen, wow. This was easily the best night of the entire season for the Miami Dolphins so far. We were big underdogs tonight, and the analyst on the NFL Network's pregame show and the Fox pregame show tonight, they all picked the Baltimore Ravens. And at the end of the day, the Miami Dolphins exposed not only the Baltimore Ravens, they exposed the Baltimore Ravens, but they also exposed Lamar Jackson. We were the underdogs, and we came through tonight. And not only did we beat the Baltimore Ravens, we dominated the Baltimore Ravens tonight. Man, I'm so happy right now, bro. I am so happy. I was very nervous watching the game, but as the time went in the fourth quarter, and Lamar Jackson couldn't get anything going against us. And I'm going to talk about why he couldn't get anything going in a little bit, but man, I am so happy. I am freaking so happy right now, man. We got the upset W tonight. The upsets continue in the NFL. Miami Dolphins over the Baltimore Ravens, 22-10. And I was nitpicking when we beat the Houston Texans on Sunday. Folks, the offense might not have played great tonight, and I don't think they did. But I'm not here to nitpick. I'm not going to say anything negative on this reaction video because we just beat one of the best teams in the AFC right now, and we're one of the worst teams in the NFL, okay? We dominated the Baltimore Ravens the entire game. The entire game, we dominated the Baltimore Ravens on defense. And I knew this defense had it in them. I knew it did, but it just makes me so. And I know I wasn't going to say anything negative on the reaction, but the one thing I'm going to say is I knew the defense had this in them the entire time, and it was the play calling. It was legitimately the play calling on the defensive side. They were running zone. They were running zone on those games against the Falcons and Jacksonville and the Colts. If we had this defense and they ran the plays, that coverages that they ran against the Bills and the Texans, against the Jets, against the Falcons and the Jags, we'd be 500 right now. We would legitimately be sitting at 5-5 right now, potentially 6-4. But we are 3-7, but I legitimately don't care about the record right now. We just beat the Baltimore Ravens, a team that has bullied us for years. For years, the Baltimore Ravens have bullied us 40-0, 38-6. In 2019 on opening day, they beat us like 59-10. They beat us 59-10 in 2019. And we came out tonight, Thursday night, in front of a rocking Hard Rock Stadium, electric. We dominated, and we exposed the Baltimore Ravens. And now, after this game, I can't say the Baltimore Ravens are going to win that division. I just can't. I can't say that the Baltimore Ravens are honestly going to win the AFC North because Lamar Jackson is a fraud. I knew it all along. The Baltimore Ravens are frauds, and we exposed them tonight. I appreciate every single one of you watching. This, of course, is yours truly, Joseph Conlon. Y'all better hit that like button if you're watching the video right now, man. If you are watching the video right now, you better go ahead and hit that like button, man. Because we got to get this shit rolling, man. What a night. What a freaking night. Best night of the season so far for me. My God, we're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk all about it starting now. If y'all haven't already, though, before I do, make sure you go check out the reaction video I did against the Houston Texans. I want you to watch this one, but Of course, when you're done watching this, you can check my reaction video to the Houston Texans game. And then last night, I did AEW Dynamite review and full gear predictions. Okay, let's talk about this game, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a lot to say about this game. So, let's start with the first drive. The Baltimore Ravens had their first drive, and I was not happy. I was not happy because the Ravens drove down the field. Okay? The Ravens drove down the field on that drive and got a field goal. Now, we held them to a field goal. Delay of game. Okay? Lamar's incomplete, and they settle for a field goal. We punt. The Ravens go down again in field goal range, but Justin Tucker, which he rarely misses, Justin Tucker missed a 48-yard field goal. That was big, okay? That was big. And this is when the change happens, because on those drives, okay, the Miami Dolphins was running zone, and they've mostly been running zone the entire season, which is not working for their defense. Okay, it's just not working for the Dolphins defense that they were running zone most of the season. So they changed it up. They realized something was wrong. The Ravens were doing pretty good on us. And instead of running zone, we ran cover 0. And we blitzed more with Javon Holland and Jalen Phillips and Andrew Van Ginkel. I'm about to read you the stats right now for the game. We're going to start off with the Ravens since they are the away team. We got Lamar Jackson, 26 for 43, 238 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception. By the way, those 238 yards, garbage passing yards, okay? Garbage passing yards late at the game where the Dolphins were playing, not tight coverage like they were the entire night. Lamar Jackson, we held Lamar Jackson to 39 rushing yards. Big game for the Dolphins defense, who really does not have a good game. They're not really a good rushing defense at all. They held the top rushing quarterback in the league to 39 rushing yards. Really big reason why we won this game tonight. Devontae Freeman, 10 carries for 35 yards. Rashad Bateman, 6 catches for 80 yards. Mark Andrews for 6 catches for 63 yards and a touchdown. Don't know what the Dolphins were doing when Mark Andrews caught that touchdown. Hollywood Brown, 6 catches for 37 yards. Devin Duvernay, 4 catches for 28 yards. And then we go to the Dolphins. Jacoby Brissett, 11 for 23, 156 yards. Tua Tagovailoa came in the game when Jacoby Brissett got injured. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, okay? Tua Tagovailoa, 8 for 13, 158 yards. So, Tua, not a bad game. I think the big play of the game, the clincher, that 64-yard pass to Albert Wilson, that was a beautiful design. No one saw Albert Wilson come in the backfield. He was all by himself, and I thought that was going to be a touchdown, but he was tackled at, I think, the 11-yard line. Myles Gaskin, 14 carries for 31 yards. Not good. Absolutely not good. Albert Wilson had 2 carries for 19 yards. Tua Tagovailoa got himself a QB sneak for a touchdown. So at the end of the fourth quarter, close to the 2-minute warning, he was dancing, having fun. This team was just having fun all night. Even when they were up 15-3, this defense was dancing on the field. I'm happy these guys are having so much fun, man, because it's been... The fuck just happened? I have no idea what happened, but my screen went white. I don't know if you guys saw that, but freaked out for a second there. So, very sorry about that. Um, let's continue with the stats, though. We left off with Tua Tagovailoa getting a rushing touchdown. Albert Wilson and Isaiah Ford were our two best receivers for the night. Albert Wilson, who caught a 64-yard pass um, late in the fourth quarter to basically, I think, clinch the game for us. And Isaiah Ford with a 52-yard catch to get the Dolphins in the field goal range before halftime. Albert Wilson had 4 catches for 87 yards, and Isaiah Ford had 4 catches for 84 yards. We have Jalen Waddle, we have Gesicki, but people say we don't have other receivers. Those guys stepped up big time for us tonight. I'm very happy with those guys stepping up. So I'm very proud of Albert Wilson and Isaiah Ford. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches for 61 yards. Adam Shaheen, 3 catches for 34 yards. Durham Smythe, a catch for 23 yards. Mike Gesicki, 7 targets, no catches tonight. Mike Gesicki got targeted 7 times and got no catches. So the Dolphins had some good coverage on him. And then the defense. Justin Coleman got the interception at the end of the game. Javon Holland, sack. Xavier Howard, forced fumble and a fumble recovery for a touchdown. That was the first touchdown of the entire game in the fourth quarter. Landon Roberts, sack. Andrew Van Ginkel, half a sack. Adam Butler, sack. Jalen Phillips, half a sack. This defense for the Miami Dolphins was all over Lamar Jackson tonight, just like they were to Tyrod Taylor on Sunday. I could not be any more happier with the way the Dolphins defense is playing right now. I just wish they were playing like this in the beginning of the season, because if that's the case, we are 100% in the playoff hunt right now. With this defense, if we were playing like this, like I said, we are in the playoff hunt. No question about it. Lamar Jackson was having fits all night. We were pissing him off. He was pissed off, fits. We made Lamar Jackson suffer tonight. Blitzing, getting a lot of pressure in Lamar's face. Lamar couldn't run like he usually does. Lamar Jackson could not be Lamar Jackson. He was in the O-line, Emmanuel Ogbah, Jalen Phillips, Zach Zeiler with the running game. He had a 5-yard loss on Devontae Freeman. These guys could not do anything against this Dolphins defense tonight. This was a perfect game. In my opinion, this was a perfect game from the Dolphins defense. And I think if we had a chance of winning this game tonight against the Ravens, because let's be honest, absolutely nobody expected the Baltimore Ravens to lose to the Miami Dolphins the way they did tonight. Nobody. But the only way the Miami Dolphins was going to have a chance to win this game is if the defense had a performance like they did tonight. And man, they had an outstanding performance. Their best game so far. I don't care if they got 4 turnovers on the Houston Texans. That's the Houston Texans, okay? They're honestly the worst team one of the worst teams in the NFL. They had a great performance against Houston, but the way you played against one of the fastest and one of the best offenses in the NFL, I mean, you have to give it up for our defense tonight. You really do. And then the offense. Let's talk about this offense. I don't think this offense had a bad game. I think this offense did enough on their part to win this game. Um, we are tied 3-3. 2-minute warning. Ravens got the ball. We make them punt. We have 58 seconds left. It's third down. They have blown coverage on Isaiah Ford. Jacoby Brissett just lobs it to him, and Isaiah Ford is gone for 52 yards, and he nearly scored a touchdown. Isaiah Ford nearly scored a touchdown on that play. We get it to the 5-yard line, third and goal at the 5-yard line. And there's 5 seconds left. And the Dolphins kicked a field goal. Right now, I'm not mad about it, but at that moment, I was pissed about it because I'm like, 5 seconds is plenty of time. All you got to do is line up Mike Gesicki on the outside, throw it to Gesicki, and he's going to get that for a touchdown. But the way the game went out, I'm not mad about that at all now. We ended up kicking a field goal. And hey, we had the lead going into halftime. We were beating the Ravens 6-3. That was the same score going into the fourth quarter. And then we had that drive. We had before we get to the fourth quarter. Second drive, I think it was. It might have been second. I think it was the second drive of the third quarter. Jacoby Brissett goes down with a knee injury. And he's coming off the field. He's limping. And Tua getting his helmet on. He's warming up. Tua didn't even have the face paint on. He didn't even have his crosses tonight on his face. So you got Tua warming up, getting ready to go out there. He's playing. First possession, Miami punts. Miami defense forces the Ravens to punt. You see Jacoby Brissett warming up on the outside. He says, I'm good. He's about to go in the game, and Flores stops him. And he's like, Tua is going in the game. So Jacoby Brissett was benched. He might have gotten injured, but Jacoby Brissett was ready to go back into the game. And Flores was like, no. You're not going back in there. We're staying with Tua. So Jacoby Brissett was benched, and a lot of people were happy. A lot of people were happy. I was nervous, but at the end of the day, man, I might be hard on Tua. I don't think he's had a good season so far, but I think Tua did enough to have a good game and contribute, okay? I'm not what the Dolphin community calls a Tua-near. I am not a Tua-near by any means necessary. Heck, I don't even think Tua's the guy. I don't think Tua Tagovailoa is the guy in Miami. But I will admit that Tua Tagovailoa contributed to the win tonight. Getting us down near the Ravens end zone, we had it at the 1-yard line, and Austin Jackson gets called for a hold. And we go back 5 yards. And then third and goal, we get a hold from Liam Eichenberg, and the Ravens get pass interference. So penalties offset, replay third down, and this was one of the most controversial plays of the entire night. So the line is going after Tua. Tua throws a screen pass. Now he goes to throw a screen pass to Myles Gaskin, but Myles Gaskin isn't actually the one who caught it. It was Robert Hunt, right guard. Robert Hunt caught it. He's running, and he scored a touchdown, okay? He scored a touchdown. The ball was over the pylon, over the white line. That was a touchdown. But it got called back because Robert Hunt was not a illegal receiver. He's an offensive lineman. So we had to stick to the field goal. But I'm glad that Tua got us down there to get the 3 points for the field goal. And then both teams punt again. And Xavier Howard. I was waiting for Xavier Howard to make a big play. And I mean a big play to decide a game like he did last year in games. Xavier Howard forces a fumble, recovers his own fumble, and runs it back for a touchdown. He runs it back for a touchdown, and that play right there was the biggest play of the entire game, no doubt. That play by Xavier Howard was the biggest play of the entire game, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we gave him the big contract, and tonight, the big contract pays off with Xavier Howard making the biggest play of the game. Fumble recovery, forces a fumble, recovers it by himself, and he scores a touchdown. He scores a touchdown. The Ravens can't do shit. Next drive, Dolphins. I thought it was a successful drive on offense because they got a couple yards. 4th and 1, they pretend to go for it, but they punt, and Pilardi pins them back to the 1-yard line, and then the refs on this drive was just screwing the Dolphins every chance they got. I know the Dolphins won decisively tonight, and I'm very, very happy about that, but these refs sucked. And I don't know what's going on with the officiating this year, but this is the worst year of NFL officiating I think I've literally ever seen. Legit. The refs tonight were horrible. The referees on Monday night were even worse, I think. I have no idea what is going on with the officiating crew in the NFL, but it's got to stop, legitimately. They were helping the Baltimore Ravens so much on this drive. They're like, we cannot have the Baltimore Ravens not score a touchdown against the 2-7 Miami Dolphins in this game. So if they're not going to win, we have to help them score a touchdown. So this was literally the referees helping out the Baltimore Ravens. So Jerome Baker gets called for roughing the passer. You know, that's a good call. Jerome Baker tackled Lamar Jackson after he threw it, and he landed on top of him. You can't do that, bro. You just can't do that at that situation of the game. Then Javon Holland gets called for it. And Javon Holland barely touches Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson stumbles back. Doesn't fall. He just stumbles back a little bit. Roughing the passer. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that call was. And then holding on Coleman. Another horrible call. And then we give up the touchdown to Mark Andrews. But that's all right because the next drive, the Dolphins clinch it. 64 yards to Albert Wilson. Sets up a Tua Tagovailoa sneak. And the Miami Dolphins win the game. 22-10, baby. And we advance to 3-7 on the season. Exposed. Absolutely exposed Lamar Jackson tonight and the Baltimore Ravens. Best victory of the entire season so far. If you're a Dolphins fan, you better be throwing up that W right now because that's what we got. We got the big fat W on primetime national television, man. I am hyped. I'm so hyped. I don't care if we're 3-7. I don't care if we're making the playoffs. We're probably it's a little bit too far to say we're back in it, but I don't know. We got the Jets, the Carolina Panthers, who now have Cam Newton, and the New York Giants coming up. Maybe we can get, who knows, maybe we can win all 3 of those games. We'll see, but only time will tell. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be celebrating this win going into tomorrow all weekend. It's going to be a big weekend for me with Full Gear on Saturday. Thank you all so much for watching the reaction video. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We got some more content up here this weekend. We got AEW Rampage review tomorrow night. And we got the Full Gear review Saturday night here on the Big Fight Field channel. So it's going to be a big weekend. And then next week, a whole new week of content. AEW and Miami Dolphins as the Miami Dolphins go into MetLife Stadium next week to play the New York Jets. And guys, what a win tonight was. And also, I'm back home for the weekend, visiting some friends, visiting some family. So it's nice to be back home here in New Jersey for the weekend. And then Sunday night, I will be back down in Orlando, Florida for a new week of college until Thanksgiving. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate this win tonight. Absolutely massive win over the Baltimore Ravens. 22-10. If you're a Miami Dolphins fan watching, salute to you. I am proud to be a Miami Dolphins fan. We've been through so much this season, so to get this win tonight and to get the performance that we got out of this team, I am ecstatic. And if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan watching this video, your team is overrated as fuck. You are exposed, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win that division. And if it's not the Steelers, it's going to be the Cleveland Browns. Hope you all have a good night. Stay safe, and as always, man, stay classy.